Hi and thanks for watching this video. The target audience of this video is the Eagle Dynamics development team. I would like to ask the development team of Eagle Dynamics to have a careful look at this video demonstration. I have taken the time to document the issue in very much detail, and I hope that you can now have a good look at what is the root cause of this issue. And at this point in time it could be anything. It could even be our setup that is wrong, or a firewall that is blocking certain messages on the network. We just don't know, and we would really like you to have a look at it, please. Any other person using DCS World is of course free to have a look at this video, and then you are better aware of the issue that's here at hand. So let me bring some context. As I said, the target audience is the Eagle Dynamics World Development Team. The error is occurring on the following versions of DCS World: 1.5.64818, which is the last Friday update, and 2.0.53889. Both versions have this issue. What are the symptoms? Well, the error is occurring in the scripting engine of DCS World. Normally, when a player enters a unit, there is an event system within the DCS World scripting engine, and there's an event being triggered called S-event player enter unit. Now this event is not triggered in the scripting engine in multiplayer on the server when a player is joining a unit from a connected client machine. And as a side effect, there are various functions not working. One of them is the get player name on the unit object, that is giving a nil or a blank name when the event player enter unit is not being triggered. And as a result, there is an extensive tasking framework that we have been building, and it just is useless. It doesn't work in multiplayer. So there's also another side note, is that I believe this was working in 1.5.5 or in a previous version, but since the last update 1.5.6, this functionality stopped working correctly. So I'm going to walk you through a couple of scenarios to demonstrate this error, and I hope you can then use this video to re-simulate the error at your side and maybe find the root cause and maybe fix it for us. I'm doing 3 setups. The first setup is the single player setup, where I'm just as a player joining on my machine on one of the DCS World versions. I'm entering a tank which is in the mission running, and then I've created a script that I'm going to demonstrate for you. I'm going to show you what the script is, and you will see the S-event player enter unit being fired correctly, and the name of the player being shown correctly as well. The second setup is a multiplayer setup, but I'm going to log in from the server. So when I'm in the username flight control server, I'm logging in on one of those missions here running, I'm entering the tank, and you'll see the S-event player enter unit being fired correctly. Unfortunately, when I'm having a client connected to the server and I'm joining player as a flight control client in one of these missions and I'm entering the tank, then the event won't be fired at all. And this is a bug. Let me walk you through the script that has been made for the demonstration and the mission setup. So here I am in DCS World 1.5.64818. The mission that has been created to demonstrate this error is very simple. There are 2 tanks here, there is a helicopter and a plane. I've activated on the blue side Game Master, so I have 3 slots there, and the CA module is installed on my machine. In order to demonstrate the error, I've created a small script. First of all, I have this structure which I'm using in my Moose framework, which is called an event metadata. This is just an array, and each index of the array is an event ID that is being declared within the DCS World Simulator under the world object. So I have shot, hit, takeoff, land, but I'm also having the S event player enter unit and the S event player leave unit registered. Then I have this small script here that does the following. When this script gets executed, the world add event handler is being called, adding an event handler. And an event handler is for the moment just a table with an onEvent function as a member. So the onEvent function gets the event array, and the event is being validated here. If the event exists and there's an initiator, then I am retrieving the text field, which is basically this one of these strings here in the metadata array, so that the text can be explained. Then I'm logging the event being triggered, so I'm saying event and showing the event text here, and then the initiator information, for which I'm going to retrieve the getPlayerName. If the return value of the getPlayerName method is nil, then NA will be shown. There's a small thing here that says, when I have, then I'm also triggering, so I'm also sending a message towards every player of the same log file on the screen, so that everybody sees the event appearing. And you'll see this when demonstrating. However, when the player leaves the unit, this event will be fired, and I'm not triggering this message, but it will be logged in the dcs.log file. So let me get into the mission. By the way, the mission is loaded. At mission start, there's a load event handler being called, which is that script that I've just explained here. Okay, so here I am now in the running mission. I'm selecting Game Master. Now I'm just going to join a tank. Right Alt J, joining the tank. And now you can see the S event player enter unit initiator killer, which is the default name in single player, being shown on the upper right corner of the screen. Let me show you any event will be shown. So if I'm shooting, it shows it. If I am if I would get killed, it would be shown, etc., etc. So shows that when you enter a unit, let me show this, this message is being shown, S event player enter unit, and this is an essential event to catch which player is in which unit in a running mission, and what's the name of that player. Yeah, this is essential for multiplayer. Okay, so that's single player. This shows the working mechanism of the event system. Now I'm going to the multiplayer setup, and I'm going to join the server side. So for this demonstration, I'm having a server setup running 1.5.64818. As the player being logged on the server, I'm going to enter the tank, and you'll see the event being fired. Right, so I'm in 1.5.64818 on the server. I'm running the server in TeamViewer window, so that I can, emulate the things that are appearing on the server as well within the video. So let me set up a new server. I'm using the same mission, which is this one, which is the demo mission for the bug, for the errors. And I'm just going to start the mission. Let me put public off. So here we are. Right, so here I am on the server. I'm going to do the same as in single player mode demonstrated. My user ID is flightcontrol_server. I'm accessing Game Master, briefing. I'm going to join a tank. Left Alt J. Right Alt J, excuse me. May take a while until this is happening. Oh no, emulation doesn't allow me to do that. So now you see here S event player enter unit, and you see the initiator name now being blank. This means that the player name is not being retrieved on the server, but the event is being fired as event player entry unit is being shown. Let me demonstrate this again. I'm going to access another tank. As event player entry unit is being shown or is being triggered, but the initiator is blank. No name. Let me show this in the logging. So in the logging, you see this event here, and you see this, the leave event being here, right? And again the event here. Note that the string or the return value of get player name is not nil, it is blank, because if it would be nil it would show non-applicable in the return. No, it's a blank string. Very strange. Right, it gets even more worse when you run this from the client. So I'm going to let this run here. I'm going back to spectators. I'm going to let the server run. Now I'm going to run the client, log into the server, and then run this mission again. To show this graphically, me as a flight control client, I'm going to access on my client machine on the server that is connected. Enter the tank, and then you will see that this event won't be fired at all. So this is my client machine. As a client, I'm going to log in into Game Master, Briefing, and I'm going to join this tank. No message. Nothing. There's no event being fired. There's just nothing. And this is really killing us. So let me wrap this up to the Eagle Dynamics development team. So my request, and I think others will confirm, to the Eagle Dynamics team is, please help to either fix this issue or help us to identify the root cause of why this issue is appearing. We hope that this video explains the issue well. Test missions have been created to help re-simulate this on your development environment. So on the Eagle Dynamics forums, this thread has been opened called as event player entry unit not fire in multiplayer setup, and that's being found in English, Combat Simulator 1.5, 2.0, Open Alpha, release version bugs and problems. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put in this little post here the relevant links to the test missions as well the video, so that you can quickly find the material at hand to re-simulate this issue. I hope this will help resolving it, and I really encourage the team to give feedback on, could this be re-simulated, yes or no, and is there any thing that you can do to help us fix this. I thank you very much for your attention, and I hope that this gets resolved soon. Bye bye.